Hello, Scorpio. It is time for your June reading. We're going to start out with an energy card to see what kind of energy you're working with here in the month of June. You have the Alchemist. Another one just had the same card, but this is a card of transformation, converting energy from one type or source to a different type or source. In order to do that, you have to destroy one to create the other. So we have balance and invention and destruction. You want to take something that's been out of balance, that's causing chaos or drama, and make a change to it, disconnect from it, do something that helps bring more positive energy into your life, something more inspiring, something that gives more balance to your life. The ultimate goal here for you is to bring things into balance. And in order to do that, you're going to have to tear something apart, transform it, create something new out of it. It feels like communication is going to be a strong focus, but we'll see once we get into the tarot cards. I'm feeling a lot of emotional impacts here. So we'll see if the tarot cards play that out. I just feel like there's some sort of drama relationship or something going on where there's a lot of chaos and you're having to put all your time and energy into that. And in the process, you are having to neglect or you don't have the energy to spend on things that you want to spend on or to give attention to other people in your life that you would prefer to be sharing your time with. So it may be that you're going to have to cut off a relationship or set up some really, really strong boundaries. And you're going to have to enforce those boundaries to free up your time to balance things out for in your life. All right. Let's see if tarot supports that or if we go a whole nother route. What do we have here for tarot for Scorpio? Starting off with the Magician. Create the life you want. The Five of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords. The Six of Cups. And the Seven of Cups. Yeah, you may have to be the final arbitrator in a certain dispute. Not everybody's going to be happy with the solution, but that's okay. They don't need to be. But it feels like you are the one who has to you're in a position of authority here, or at least some strong influence. But let's get into individual cards. I'm drawn to this Dream On magazine here, or picture, portrait, whatever it is. All right, we're starting off here with the Magician. This is a major arcana card. This is the first card that the first person entity that the Fool meets on their journey through the major arcana card. The Magician has everything they need to make things happen. They can manifest whatever it is that they need. This to me says you are again in charge. You don't know where things are necessarily going to go, but you have the connections, you have the resources, you have the knowledge, you have everything you need to take forward with you in this process. So you may be the only one who knows all the details. You may be the one who has the funds to make it happen or the connections, you know who to reach out to. But you can make things happen. And part of this whole process may be that you're really irritated with some other people who also have a lot of the same connections, but they're not doing anything. They're not using them. And you are going to use them. You're not afraid to use your talents, your resources, your knowledge to make things happen, which is where you're coming in to be probably being the one who's going to be making the decision, because if no one else will, then you will for them. That's kind of energy I'm getting here. You've had enough. Somebody has to do something. And if that needs to be you, then that's fine. It'll be you. That is definitely the energy I'm getting off of this for you. And it doesn't have to be conventional. It's going to be whatever you want. And they're going to have to recognize that that's the way it's going to be if they're not willing to make their own choices. Then we have the Five of Pentacles. Now, this is where the challenge is, or the confusion, or the chaos. This could be related to work or finances or the home. There could be a disagreement on where people want to live. There could be a lot of competition at a work, although this feels more like, well, the Five of Pentacles is more about feeling like you're out in the cold, that you don't have options, that you don't have resources. This is a choice you're making, though, or somebody else is making, to look at it from the negative points of view. Very pessimistic outlook. They have resources around them that they could seek out, that they could turn to, but they are choosing to wallow in the self-pity. So if this is you, just know you have a choice here. You can choose to seek out the help because you know where to get it. You know where the resources are. So you can choose to stay in this state of, I don't know what to do. No one's helping me, but you're also not asking for help kind of energy. Or you can get up, dust yourself off, and go connect with the people you know can help you and are willing to help you, but you have to ask. They need to know that you need the help. So in this case, too, for some of you, it's a little bit 50-50, but mostly for most of you, you know these people. These are the ones that you're frustrated with because they are not helping themselves. And they're not willing to help themselves, or at least it does not appear like they're willing to help themselves. And this is where you're going to have to start putting up those boundaries. Like, look, I helped you last month and the month before that and 2 weeks before that, whatever it was. Whenever you need something, I have been helping you. That is going to stop effective this date kind of energy. And then you're going to have to stick with that and take action on that date to follow through on your ultimatum. Otherwise, it doesn't mean anything and nothing changes. In order to help them, you may have to give them a kick in the butt. Which is going to just be really frustrating. Again, if it's a feeling of frustration and you've had enough and you're having to sink so much time and energy and resources, but they're not doing their part kind of energy. So then we step over here to the Queen of Swords. Now she will enforce her rules. If she gives you an ultimatum, she is going to execute on that ultimatum. So there is this strong sense of decisiveness, and they're not going to put up, there's no emotional appeal that's going to get to this person. The Queen of Swords, swords are an air element. It's all about communication, clear guidelines, knowing the rules, the laws, etc. Very much CEO type energy. Now it is the queen, so there is a nurturing aspect. But she is also, once she lays down the law, once she has the agreement out there, that is what she agreed to. And she's not going to deviate from that agreement. She's going to give you a chance, which is that time up until that deadline. But then she's going to enforce it for her own good and ultimately for the good of everybody, all the stakeholders that are involved here. Sometimes you have to cut off the support in order for things to change, to get better. But she will have no hesitation in doing that. And it feels like this is, you're at this point. You're like, that's it. I'm done. These are the conditions. That's not met. I'm done. It's done. It's over. And then we have the Six of Cups. Now, cups are about our emotions and intuition. The Six of Cups indicates that, okay, so there are some good memories and things associated probably with these people that you're needing to probably cut off or give the ultimatum to. And that's where some tender feelings and the desire to help them out and trying to keep help them out, because you remember how it used to be. You remember when they had ambition and dreams and things like that, and that they were motivated, but they're not that way anymore. And there's a little bit of wishing for the old days, but also knowing at the same time that was the old days. That's not the present. It's not the present situation. So there is some reminiscing and a little bit of wishing things were the way they used to be kind of energy. And it's okay to be in that, but don't let your, what do I want to say here? Remember to honor the boundaries that you set in spite of the memories that are coming up. And it could be that they're even trying to convince you by memories of the past and things that they used to do or things that they did for you way back when. That's not now, though. That is not the present. This is the past. That's what was. It is not what is. So just remember that when they're trying to get you to back out, when they're trying to push you to ignore your own boundaries. Trying to see if there's anything else in here with this, but that feels like what it wants to say. And then we have the Seven of Cups. Now, once you make this decision and you put it out there and it's written stone and you execute on it, it's going to open up some other opportunities for you, because now that stress, that drama will be dealt with. It's no longer hanging over you. It's no longer sucking up so much energy and time and resources. You're going to feel like you have so many options now. Like, what do you want to do now? Do you still, well, okay, so this is one of the things. Do you still want to retain contact with them? Or is it time to just cut that off too and give it a break, at least for now? Or is there another option? Or do you want to take that energy and put it on some other project? Or give it to some other people? Or do you just take a break? It's going to be up to you what you want to do now that you have the time, now that you don't have all that drama surrounding you. You're going to need a little bit of a break to just recover from that. But you're also going to have this sense of freedom and choice. And that dream on, this here is still pulling my eye in strongly. What is it you want to do now? It feels like maybe you had put some dreams on hold, some things that you've been wanting to do on hold while you were dealing with this other situation. You now may be able to turn your focus back to those plans, to that dream, because you're going to have the time and the resources again to focus on that, on doing what it is that you want. The advice here for this, though, now that you have that the opportunity, the options ahead of you, don't make it quite so practical. Do something that feels fun, that feels joyous, that gets you excited. Maybe be a little bit less practical and indulge yourself a little bit right now as part of this recovery process. Go to the spa with a few friends, maybe a short fishing weekend, something, a girls' or guys' day out or weekend, something that just, it's like a pressure release or just a return to normal or a transition type period, it feels like. But do something for yourself, just for yourself here. What is it you want to do? Do that. All right, let's see what we have on the back of the deck. We have Wheel of Fortune and books. Maybe you collect books and you want to buy a certain edition. Could be. The Wheel of Fortune indicates change. Change is inevitable. The wheel is always turning. You can be on the side that's going down, where it's quick and it feels free flowing and it's a little effortless, but it's also going down. Or you could be coming up the other side where it takes a little effort to get up, but you know you're going up, that things are improving, that things are getting better, that change is coming. And that's where you're at. Change is coming. The wheel is turning. Things are not going to stay the same forever. So just enjoy the ride. But recognize when you have to stick to your guns here to make change happen. Sometimes you're the one who has at least some control over that wheel of fortune. Just keep in mind you need to stay focused on your fortune and not the fortune of others. How can you improve your life? That's where you need to focus. Because as you improve your own life, then you can improve others along the way. But you need to make sure you're not being taken advantage of, which gets smarter as we grow older and gain more experience. Be strong in your boundaries, though, as you go and as you learn. And you'll get this, Scorpio. That is what I have for you for the month of June. Please hit that like button and please hit subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.